Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another stream. Today we're going to be taking a look at the IFLY 737 MAX. We're going to be doing some Alaska Airlines ops. We're going to be flying down to John Wayne, Santa Ana Airport, and we're going to be flying out of the brand new I Blue Yonder Portland. It just came out, I believe, a couple weeks ago, if I remember that correctly, but it's fairly recent. One of the newer sceneries to come out for the sim. It's a brand new version 2 of the Flight Beam Portland that they did. So we did a live stream a little bit while back showcasing it. So if you haven't seen it already, make sure to go look at that live stream. But yeah, here we are. We are on the ground in Portland. We're doing a real life flight, but they're flying the 800 into John Wayne. They sometimes do fly the MAX 8 into John Wayne on occasion. So I guess it would be semi-realistic with the MAX 8, but yeah, we're going to be taking it down. As you can see, I got a control cam with my iPad. My iPad's doing a control cam for the MCP, or the panel, the autopilot from WinWing. I did a full review on that. I put it up on my channel yesterday, so make sure you do watch that and leave a like on that video. If you haven't already, make sure you like this live stream and comment down in the chat and let me know if you guys can hear me and everything like that. But yeah, we should be all good to go. We're going to go down to John Wayne, and we're going to come back up to Portland. No ATC online, unfortunately, but should be a good time. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the aircraft here. Let's see if my keyboard works. There we go. And let's get into our seat here. First things first, I just loaded in the plane, so we don't have any ground power or anything like that. So let's go ahead and go to the sim menu. Ground support, we'll go ahead and connect the electric and the air conditioning, and we'll get that all set there. Oops, did not mean to open up that. I have too many tabs open right now. Hold on. There we go. Okay, let's go ahead and get all that all set up there, and we'll set that. That's looking good. Let's come up here, and we'll get the battery on. There we go, and we'll get the ground power on, and we'll get one fuel pump on, and let's come up to the emergency lights. We'll get those on as well. And let's come up to the upper overhead. We'll test our leading edge devices. We'll get our IRSs into the nav mode. EECs are on. The landing gear indicators up here are all green. And we go ahead and test the flight recorder. That's looking all good. We'll go ahead and test the Mach airspeed. Stall warning test. And we'll check the oxygen pressure. Typically we would do the oxygen check, and then as well test the pressure, make sure that the pressure doesn't dip below a certain amount, but it'll be hard with the different views to kind of do that. There we go. Let's go and get to the overhead panel. We'll go left to right. We'll get the yaw damper on. That fuel pump could be good for now. Everything else can come on. Let's go ahead and get the window heat on. We don't have fuel yet, so we'll go ahead and leave the seatbelt sign off. We'll get A's off, B's on. And we'll get this to cold. We'll get these down, turned down a little bit here. Oh, this is in Celsius. Gotcha. All right. I'll go ahead and get that to steady. Flick that to the right. Everything else is looking good there. Cool. All right. Let's go ahead. I want to make sure, since I haven't flown this plane in a little bit, as far as like this livery goes, I want to make sure that it's set to US units. So we'll go here. Let's go to panel style. Actually general. We'll do the US system. There we go. And then now when we go up, it should be in Fahrenheit, which it is, and it's pretty cold. All right, cool. That is looking all good there. Now we could go ahead and start programming the FMC. So if you didn't already know, the WinWing FMC now works with the IFLY MAX. There is some subtle differences. So like each button's different. So for example, if we go up from top to right, init ref is right, route page is right, but right here, this is actually climb on the NG, and the FMC that's physically modeled with the WinWing doesn't have that. It has climb instead of departure and arrival. ATC button has cruise. VNAV is actually the descent button. Progress is the same. FMC comm is where the hold is on the WinWing FMC. Hold is where departure arrival is. You get the point. The buttons are all mixed around, so it technically does work, but you have to kind of pay attention to like what buttons actually do what in the MAX. So it's a little bit different. We'll go ahead and put in KPDX as our reference airport. We're at Charlie 5. I don't know if it'll take it, but sure. Nope, it doesn't. That's fine. Whatever. We'll go to the next page. We'll get the GPS location on the left. And we'll go ahead and get the hamster spooling for the IRS system to align. And while we're doing that, what's up, Jacob? Welcome. Welcome to the stream, man. Welcome to the stream. We're just getting started here. We're going to go ahead and get some fuel on board. Let's go to menu, performance. Let's go to weight and balance. According to SimBrief, today we're going to need, let's see, let me pull up the OFP here. We need 14,192 down to John Wayne. So let's go to fuel. And oops, actually before I do that, I need to set read MSFS data. Now we can go ahead and set 14,192. So let's go 14,192 and we'll set fuel there. We'll hit done and we'll check here. That's all done there. So now we can go ahead and get our seatbelt signs on. And we'll say we're going to do some catering here. So let's go ahead and pull up the catering service. And we'll do LSG Sky Chefs. All right, that's all good there. Cargo, so zero fuel weight right now is 135. Right now, they want us at 129. So let's go ahead and lower the passenger count a little bit here. Let's say we're doing 90. 85. I think this is just easier to do it that way in the Max. Just because messing with the cargo is kind of weird. Okay, so 129 CX, that's fine. Let's go ahead and set payload. That's perfect. All right, cool. There we go. That's all set up there. All right, that's looking all good there. We'll do the magic barrel ref key. And everything else is looking good. Like I said, no ATC unfortunately online. Oh wait, we have Addons online, so that means someone's getting on. That's good. That's good. All right, cool. But Auto ATC gave us what, 1656 for a squawk. So let's go ahead and come over here. 1656. Oops. 1656. We'll set that to TA, and we'll get that on. Let's just double check that. Yeah, 1656. So 128.35 is going to be 128. $128.35 is going to be our Addons information.
Full approach.
It is, okay. Let me pull up my trusty knee pad here. Okay. I wonder who's getting on then. Maybe like ground or something. Alright, we'll do Alaska 1084 is our call sign today. And let's go ahead and pick up the Addons information.
Go. Few clouds at 2000. Temperature 8. 2.3. Altimeter 3023. Simultaneous visual approach and use runways 28 left and 28 right. Jet aircraft expect the mill visual approach. Departing runways 28 left and 28 right. Notice 2 airmen pushback onto taxiways Tango and K requires ATC clearance. Advise on initial contact. You have information X-ray.
We got information X-ray on board. Looks
Portland
like we take up
International Airport ATIS information X-ray 1553 Zulu. Wind variable at 3. Visibility 10. Few clouds
Beautiful
at 2000. Temperature 8. 2.3. Altimeter 3023.
We got information X-ray variable.
Simultaneous
variable at 8, or variable at 3, I should say. So beautiful weather for our departure today. Let's go ahead and wait for ATC to come on, and they'll probably get us. Oh, tower's online, so it's 123.775. We'll wait for them to give us our PDC. If they don't in a little bit, then I'll just go ahead and request our clearance. So we're going from Portland over to John Wayne, so KSNA. We'll put that in here. We'll go to flight plan. And we'll go ahead and request the flight plan here. And it should pull up for us. All right, cool. Let's go ahead and activate, execute, and we'll load that. And since we're on this side of Portland, I think we should be expecting the left runway. Yeah, 28 left is going to be the easier taxi. So we'll go ahead and expect 28 left. All right, let's go Alaska 1084. We'll put that in here. We'll activate that, execute that. 28 left. Put that in here. Activate that. Departure. See, this is what I mean. I went to departure and arrival, and on here it's the legs page, or excuse me, the hold page. So that's why it's a little bit different. So let me go back to init or something, and then climb is departures and arrivals. So we'll go up here, and for our flight plan, we're doing the Cascade 4. So the Cascade 4, and then it's the sinker, and then execute that, and back up to climb, and we'll do arrival. Arrival to John Wayne is going to be the Ocean 3 Reberg transition. So let's do the Ocean 3 Reberg, and we'll do, looks like the ILS 20 right. Let me just take a look. Where does Ocean drop us off at? Drops off at Cleaver, so we could probably take Sagar to the ILS runway 20 left. We'll go next page. Let's go legs actually. Let's go make sure there's no discontinuities. There's a vector off Cleaver. We'll kind of leave that in there, and they'll probably vector us Sagar. Alright, cool. Alright, let's go ahead and go to routes. We'll go to perf init. We'll load our 0 fuel weight, and our reserves today, we'll just say it's 3. Cost index of 30. And let's see, our cruise winds today is 258 at 41. So not bad. And we're cruising at flight level 390, that's already set. N1s today, we'll do a selected temp of 40, climb to take off. We'll do flaps 5 today, load in the CG, and we'll activate the V speeds here. And then we'll go ahead and take a look at our legs. We'll do route data, winds, and we'll go ahead and request the winds for us. While we're down here, we'll go ahead and get that to RTO. Hasn't given us our clearance yet, so we'll go ahead and request it after we're done with the CDU pre-flight. Alright, let's go ahead and start boarding as well. Now that we're done with catering, let's go ahead and request boarding here, and they should get started with the boarding process. Alright, let's go ahead and head over to VNav. We'll go to the next page until we get to descent. We'll go to forecast, and we'll go ahead and request the descent winds. We'll set this all up here. We'll hit load. We'll hit execute. Let's go to... What's up, Travis? Welcome aboard. Safe travels. Have a great flight. Hey, thank you, Travis. I really do appreciate you tuning in, man. Go ahead. And have a good day yourself, man. Appreciate you. All right, let's go ahead and go to... What was I going to do? I was going to go... Oh, I requested the winds again. Oops. I was going to go to... FMC... Oh, I was going to do this. I was going to climb... we'll target 250 on the climb out. 3,000 above. Field elevation is 3020, so we'll do that. But actually, hold on. So it's 3020, but I want to see what is our 40 plus 70 is 207. All right, so we'll do 207. Is going to be our clean speed. 3020 is going to be in here. Cool. That's all set up then. Alright, sweet. That's all set up. The box is all good. Everything looks all good to me. If you guys haven't already, make sure to hit that like button. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. We are on our way to 1.5k subscribers. So I really do appreciate you guys tuning in today, even if it's just for a little bit. I know it's during the week. Unfortunately, I was going to stream last night, but things got too busy. I was too tired, and it just didn't work out. But I know it's during the week. I know it's during the morning, and everyone's probably at work or school. But I figured I'd stream anyway. So I appreciate you guys being here, even if it's just for a second. 123.775. Let's go ahead and get that all set up here. 123.775. I think we're going to go for, realistically, I think we should go for 10 likes by the end of the stream. 10 likes by the end of the stream, and that'll be our like goal for today. 123.775. We'll go ahead and tune that in here. That's good there. Let me just make sure this is all set up the way I want it to be, which it is. Yes, it is. Okay, cool. Portland Tower, Alaska 1084, information X-ray, clearance down to John Wayne.
Alaska 11, oh, excuse me, Alaska 1084, Portland Tower, good morning. Were you calling for clearance?
Yes, sir. We got clearance and we have information X-ray. Is it broken? Oh yeah. Okay, we're good. Sometimes I push to talk, it's weird.
Alaska 1084 cleared to John Wayne, Cascade 4, sinker transition, then as filed. Climb and maintain 7,000, expect tree 900, 10 minutes after departure. Departure offline, squawk 1656.
And Alaska 1084 cleared down to John Wayne via the Cascade 4 sinker transition. That is filed. Climb maintain 7,000, 390, 10 minutes after, and 1656 for the squawk Alaska 1084.
Alaska 1084 readback is correct. You can give me a call for push and expect 28 left for departure today.
We'll call for push and we'll expect 28 left for departure, Alaska 1084. Alright guys, got a clearance in. We're going to climb and maintain 7,000, so I finally get to use the MCP here. Let's go ahead and set 7,000. There we go. We'll hit 7,000 there, and we'll actually go to init, N1 limit, takeoff. Our V2 is going to be 147, so let's go ahead and set 147. Oops, too far. 147, that's cool there. We're going to be pilot flying, so we'll go right one first and then left one for the flight directors. We get auto throttle armed, and we'll arm LNAV and VNAV, and that is looking all good. Let's see, what is runway heading here for let's say 280 here. $283. All right, cool. That's all good there. Now we're just waiting for the passengers to finish boarding and bags to finish coming on board, and then we'll be all set. So that's all good there. Everything else is all good. We just need to start the APU, and then we'll call him for our pushback. But so far so good. Everything's looking good. Let's go ahead and head back to the cabin here. Let's see what the views are like back here. Everyone had their window shade down. I like it. I love the Max. All right, loading up bags. There we go. We are all set up. Now it's just a waiting game. All right, so let's see what's going on in aviation. So we got what, 7 more days until the end of the PMDG 777 estimated release window. So that's going to be super exciting to see the 200ER finally get released for 2020 and 2024. So that'll be cool. I'll be sure to stream that. What is that? This week, right? 7 days. So by the end of the week, we should be able to have it. So that'll be super exciting. I think it's going to be on the latter end of the window. I think it's going to be like the 28th or 29th that they release it. I know Synaptic Aviation, or the Synaptic Simulations, I should say, they said that they were going to do an announcement of basically an update of where they've been at as far as the development of the A220. So that'll be super exciting. Development update from them. They said it's going to be coming out confirmed before the end of April. So we'll see how long that one takes too. So we got 2 things super excited to get by the end of April. We got the announcement from Synaptic about their A320 or A220, I should say, and the PMDG 777 releasing. So we got 2 things that should be super excited coming out very, very soon. I'm really excited about the A220. That's gonna be a plane that I fly a lot, most likely. That's gonna be super exciting to get that finally released. Okay, let's go ahead and go over to system page, ground support. I'm gonna go ahead and start the APU here. We'll get the rest of the fuel pumps on. No center pumps needed. Let's see how many more do we have to board. A good amount. We'll go ahead and wait. Right. Go ahead and wait for the APU to start up here. Should be starting up. The other day, when I was working the A220, we're starting the APU, or waiting for the pilots to start the APU to disconnect ground power and AC, and I was right underneath the tail cone of the airplane for the A220, so I got to hear the A220 APU start up, and it's fairly quiet, especially compared to like these APUs on the 7.3 and stuff like that. When it starts up, it's fairly quiet. I guess the right word would be it's like less dramatic, if you will, if that makes any sense at all. It's less dramatic. Alright, before I do that, let's go ahead and take off electricity, and we'll take out air conditioning, and then we'll get the APU bleed on, we'll get AC on. That's looking good there. Alright, let's see, where are we at with the boarding here? Alright, just 27 more. Alright, they're done with loading down there. Let's go ahead and get the chocks off. Biker bake is set, that's good there. Did they connect the tow bar? They did. Alright, cool. So they're already down there. They didn't close our doors though, so we should probably close our doors for them. We'll keep that one open. We're still boarding. We'll close. There we go. Now we should be all good. Alright, should be almost done here. We'll go ahead and get the get the aircraft fully boarded here. Got 10 more passengers. Let's see. Let me. Oh, what the heck? It's not letting me sign in. There we go. Alright. Should be good to go here. Yep, they are. Alright, sounds good. Let's go ahead and get our anti-collision light on. Let them know downstairs we're ready to push. And let's go ahead and get ready to push here. Go nose right, tail left. Jelly just went right through us. Portland Tower, Alaska 1084, push on to Tango.
Alaska 1084, push and start on Kilo is approved, sail to the west.
Is it Kilo or Tango? Push on to Kilo approved. We're at Charlie 5. Kilo's looks like to be on the other side.
Alaska 1084, I'm so sorry. I was meaning to say Tango, not Kilo. Thinking Kilo, push and start on Tango is approved.
Okay, no worries. I just wanted to double check. Just push on to Tango approved. Alaska 1084. I was like, wait, is my chart out of date? Alright, let's go ahead and get off the parking brake here, and we'll start our push. And we're clear to start engines. And we'll listen to the wonderful Bora sounds that he gave us. Motoring is done. So good. Startup sounds are so good. Alright, push is complete. Go ahead, set brakes. After that, parking brakes are set. You're clear to disconnect and go to hand signals. go ahead and start number 1. What's up, Captain Zemp? Welcome aboard, man. How you doing? Yeah, Windwing sent me out the panel of the autopilot. So I like to think that they're a sponsor. Even though it wasn't like blatantly said, but the fact that they sent it out to me, I think they are. Alright, let's go ahead and start up the... introduce fuel, I should say, to the engine number 1. That's looking all good there. Let's go ahead and get the engine hydraulics on, or the engine 1 in electric hydraulics. Let's go ahead and get the generators on. Get the taxi light on, and we'll get that to off. Get that to continuous, and we'll go ahead and drop some flaps. Alright, we're all good to go. Port Tower, Alaska 1084, ready to taxi to 8 left.
Attention all aircraft on frequency information. Yankee is now current at Portland. Altimeter 3022. Information Yankee now current at Portland.
Oh, see, my push to talk just went out. Okay. Weird. Alright. And Portland Tower, Alaska 1084, taxi runway 28 left.
Alaska 1084, runway 28 left, taxi via Bravo 5, Bravo.
Taxi via Bravo 5, Bravo, Alaska 1084. It would help if it was on. There we go. There we go. Now we're going good. All right. There we go. Taxing. Head now runway 28 left. We'll depart out of here, go south, and head over to John Wayne. 122.8 for our departure, just because that's offline. Alaska 1084 ready to go 28 left.
Alaska 1084, runway 28 left, cleared for takeoff.
28 left, clear for takeoff, Alaska 1084. Alright guys, here we go. Up. And we'll go Toga. Thrust set. Ounce cross checks. V1.
V1.
Rotate. Positive, you're up.
OS 1084, regrettably I have no further ATC services available for you at this time. Monitor Unicom 22.8, and we'll see you again soon.
Over to Unicom, have a great rest of your day. Alright, let's go ahead and set Command B. We'll come down here, we'll switch over to Unicom. And since no one's here, let's go ahead and give ourselves a shortcut. We'll go to direct to toss in. And we'll go up to 390. And we'll get flaps up here. Go 390. Now let's keep this turn going over to Chisholm. And we'll climb up to 390. Give ourselves a nice shortcut here. for the front right here, for this railing. Alright, let's go ahead and out of 10,000 feet, we'll go ahead and delete the econ climb and we'll speed up here. And from that, we go ahead and turn down some sim sounds here. And we will, hold on. All right, now we're chilling. We're heading down. Looks like no ATCs so far on the way down, but we'll see if that changes. All right, you guys know the drill. Let's go ahead and solve this Wordle for the day. I like to do Wordles for the during the flight here. Let's go ahead and get this off. Don't need that anymore. All right, time to solve this Wordle. Get some vowels in here. All right, so we got A is the beginning. A. Apple. Nope. All right, that was a wasted pick. I'll be honest. That's on me. A. Why am I blanking on every word that starts with A? That's weird. I'm just blanking on anything that starts with A. Ahead. Dude, wait, bro, what? There's not even like a yellow. Why am I blanking on it? Every single A. Awful, because I'm awful at this game. Bro, okay. Oh my god. Wait, what? Why can't I think of this right now? This is insane. This is gonna be a full strikeout where I get no other letter except for A, I swear. Oof. Oof. This is so bad. Okay, I know this is not it, but Oh wait, no, I can't even spell almost. I was gonna say at least it'll tell me if there's an M, O, an S, and a T. Okay, what if we go AS? Dude, I'm like blanking on everything. ACAN. ANA maybe? Okay, let's relax. Okay, a T? A T? A... Attic? At least they tell me if there's a T and a C. But there's two T. Dude, this is bad. Okay. Okay, so we got A and a T. Okay, this is not bad. Not bad. So we got an A and a T. What goes in between the A and a T, do we think here? Let's start using our brains. So ant? Anto... Antum? Okay, so A and T, or we could do a... Not AVT. AMT? Bro. Wordle's one of those games where it makes you feel like you're so dumb. Because as soon as you get it, you're just like, oh. Bro. AOT maybe? I feel like the O's behind the T. I feel like we're onto something here. Ator. Yep, that's not it. Antum. Nope. Antob. Antos. Urgh. Bro. What the heck? AXT. AXT. Let's go back to the AOT theory, huh? AOT. Autumn. Arton. This hurt my brain. This hurt my brain, guys. I'm just gonna put the keyboard down and just stare at it. I'm just gonna stare at it. I feel like this is a good strategy. I'm gonna stop guessing. I'm just gonna stare at it. But what I'm gonna do first is I'm gonna put an X, an R, an X, a T, and then two X's. Is it AR? ART? Art? We haven't been talking about Ks. Does the K go anywhere? I don't think so. The talks at the end? Is it like a Ardux? Acton. Acton. Why? Antoy. Anton. Oh my god, dude, like the gears are grinding in my brain and I have no idea what to do. Art. Dude, I can't think of this, bro. What the frick? Antov. How's that not a word? Amtov. Arkov. Tarkov. Bro, what the frig, man? Arkov. Arkov. Astro. No. Oh. Okay, Astro. No. Ass. It has to be space. Ass. Ooh. Store. A stoke. Stone. A stem. B. A stove. A stew. A stew. Ah, lordy. Okay. Bro, I think this word will beat me. I don't know, guys. I think this word will like completely beat me. Something T. I think we were onto something with the AST. Yeah, bro. I don't know about this one. I'm gonna just let it marinate. I'm gonna let it marinate. I'm gonna let it marinate some more. I can't figure out the word to save my life right now. Good seatbelt signs to auto. Guys live streaming today. We got CST gaming, and we got Miggity Mike. See how Mike is doing. I can get a haircut? Dang, dude, look how smart Mike looks. See how smart Mike looks? Look at that. He looks like a scholar. Look at him go. Wow, what a guy. Hell yeah. I don't know about you guys, but I think Call of Duty's back. Verdansk has me hooked right now. I've been playing a lot of Verdansk with the boys. I'm definitely going to be doing some streams with Verdansk hopefully soon. Once we get a little bit better Wi-Fi, I'll be doing that way more. Because Verdansk is fun. Verdansk's a fun time. It brings you back to like the OG days of Warzone for sure. Let me turn this down a little bit more. Which is really nice to actually have that again. I think it's a pretty good time. I think we're down John Wayne 1920. Right now it's 17, so a couple hours. Oh, Jacob Reviews, I missed your comment. My bad. I gotta watch your stream on volume. But hopefully you're doing well. Yeah, I'm doing good, Jacob. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. My fault for missing that. Getting hungry, guys. What do you think we should get? Let's see. What's on the menu here? Probably go eat when I go do errands later. I'll save my appetite. All right. I'm going to go ahead and study some instrument training stuff. "20 of the 40 hours of instrument time can be an approved instrument trainer." Yeah, but I feel like I'd rather spend the money to fly in real life, you know what I mean? Like, I could do simulated instrument here. I know it's not going to count, but I'd rather just... Zone simulators. Next is instrument flying and turbulence. What's up, Mac? How you doing, bro? You ready? We're flying right now, bro. Come get in the pit. Get in the pit. Yes, sir. Geometry is no joke. Let's see. Taking my quiz now. When flying in heavy turbulence, which instrument will give you the best information to maintain control of the aircraft? That would be altimeter or attitude indicator. I'll say altimeter. Which of the following would be considered a critical event on an approach to landing in turbulent air? An increase in airspeed, an increase in descent rate. A critical event. Oh, a decrease in airspeed and an increase in descent rate. Number 3, what course of action should you take when making a lot of pitch changes in a considerable turbulence? Don't try to turn the airplane for each pitch change. In turbulent air, your most important task is to keep maintaining the exact altitude or keeping the airplane wings level or maintain cruise speed. I feel like the word exact makes that one not right. Like maintaining exact altitude is probably not what they are talking about. Keeping the wings level, I would say, is pretty important. Especially more than cruise speed. So I'm going to hit grade. Let's see what we got. 75%. Okay, so go ahead and review the missed questions. So, okay, so I missed one question here. When flying in heavy turbulence, which instrument will give you the best information to maintain aircraft control? The best instrument to use, according to here, is the attitude indicator. Let me write that down. Alright, go ahead and exit. Close out of that. And let's go to the next one here. Staying cool under fire. Let's see what this one's about. True. That's true. You just gotta fly yourself into turbulence just to experience it. That's true. My first lesson out in Arizona when I did my private pilot's license, because they're talking about turbulence right now in this module, it was like incredibly bumpy just because of how hot it was in Arizona when I was flying, and we were getting tossed around like left and right. And it was my first ever lesson, and my friend slash instructor was like, "Oh, like maintain like straight and level flight and stuff like that." And it was really hard to do climbs, turns, and descents when you're just getting rocked around left and right, up and down, or wings going up and wings going down and everything like that. It was really hard to do turns, climbs, and descents and that. So whenever it talks about turbines, I just think about that. Find your bank angle. You do speed divided by 10 plus 7. And that's your degree of bank that you need to do a standard return, I guess. Standard return for predator-driven aircraft changes by head. Okay, not for you, Siri. Predator aircraft changes the heading by 3 degrees a second. In a rolling turn, be sure the turn is stopped. Use heading indicator. What is the initial primary bank instrument when establishing a level standard rate turn? Primary would be turn coordinator. During standard rate turns, what instrument is considered primary for the bank? What does this one say? Initial bank primary. A level standard turn? I got one of those wrong. When rolling out of a timed turn for minor heading adjustments, use attitude. When rolling out from a timed turn, attitude indicator. In extreme overbanking condition, use recover. Shallow bank, reduce. After establishing the appropriate bank, using the attitude indicator to fine-tune the bank, use some of these wrong. Let me look over these. 86. Let's go with the missed ones. It's 1. When rolling out of a timed turn for minor heading adjustments, use the compass. When rolling out of a timed turn for minor heading adjustments, use the compass. Gotcha. Alright. 86 on that quiz. It's fine. All right, can we finish this right here? I mean, like, I still don't have anything. I give up. I give up. Artsy. Artsy? Really? Artsy was in. That's crazy. Artsy. Thank you, Wordle. Glad artsy was a word. That's crazy. So far, no ATC down in the SoCa area. I was hoping Ben would get on. Oh well. We'll survive. BRB, give me 1 second. All right, I'm back. All right. Let's see. Got 124 miles until our top of descent. Let's go ahead and pull up the charts here. I'm gonna go ahead and go here. Let's look at the weather, ATIS information, real life information. Papa is current. Arrival 20 right per usual. Looks like we got 10 satch miles of visibility. Few clouds at 2,400. That really cleared up since the time we depart. Few clouds at 22,000. Temperatures at 17, dew point 9, altimeter 298. ILS runway 20 right in use. Landing and departing runways 20 right, 20 left. Caution simultaneous ops to runways. Alright. Alright, cool. So we're basically going to be going to the ocean. So we're going to enter the ocean here. So we're going to go down to Catalina, come in. And then we'll go ahead and pick up the ILS runway 20 right here. So let's go ahead and show you guys. So we're going to come in, and then we're going to go right out here to Sagar, and Sagar Snake, all the way into to runway 20 right, and then we're going to be parking at gate 13 over here somewhere. So yeah, we'll take 20 right, we'll exit off Echo, and then we'll come up to the we'll come up Alpha, and then taxi into the gate. So that's what we're looking like there. Again, unfortunately, no ATC that I can see right now, so we'll wait for that. Let's take a look here. So bottom altitude, let me look again. Bottom altitude for the SID's going to be 5,000. So we go ahead and set 5,000 here a little bit early, just because there's no ATC online. So we'll just start our descent as soon as we get to the top of our descent. Go down to 5,000. There we go. and starting our descent. approaching John Wayne here. Let's go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and do the speed intervention. I'm going to keep it high here so we can land faster. Do 3,500 for the next altitude. So now we're going to Sager. We go flaps 5. 1, 2. There we go. Alright, here we go. We gotta get under 220 feet per minute, or else I have to do 40 push-ups on screen right now. We'll see how this goes. .196 is the approach course here.
$2,500.
You're down plus 15. All right, guys, a moment of truth here. Can we get under 220 feet per minute? We'll figure it out. Let's see.
$1,000.
All right, let's go ahead and take over. All right, my aircraft.
$400. $300. $200. $100.
Glide slow.
50. 40.
Glide slow.
30. 20. 10.
All right, made it in. All right, flaps up. APU on. I didn't feel too bad. I don't know why, but on landing it seemed like my wings just flew like up. Let's see. Did it do it? Vertical speed 0. Did it not read? Alright, we'll go to gate 13 here. Flight directors. This Southwest is in the wrong spot. Yeah, it came in from San Jose. All the Southwest gates are down here. Like, I think the first Southwest gate is 17 or 18, usually. 16 is usually Allegiant. 15, 14 are usually like Spirit and Frontier. Unless it's early in the morning, and then I think Southwest scoots down a little bit. But here we are. go ahead and request deboarding. We'll get the anti-collision light off. And there we go. Alright, let's go ahead and take a look here at our Volanta. It says 0 feet per minute. Let's complete it. Review your flight. Ah, here it is. 120. Let's go. No push-ups for me. 120 feet per minute. 1.05 of G's. I take that as a dub. That's a dub. Oh, does it tell you where you touch down to? Oh, bet. Wait, how do I... Let's do... Not the sectional. Is there a satellite? Oh, satellite mode right here. Ooh. Wow. Oh, look. See, Southwest did come down here. Nice. Wow. I got it right on the numbers? That's crazy. That's awesome. I got it right on the numbers. There we go. Right on the numbers. Less than 220 feet per minute. There you have it, guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning in for this live stream. Really do appreciate it. We'll try to get some more videos out to you guys soon. And hope you guys have a great rest of your day and a great rest of your week. Have a good one, guys. Peace.